Alex Hormozi gave me an unsigned check worth $1 million, and this is day one on how I plan on cashing it. June 19th, a day that undoubtedly changed my life forever. This is the day that I met Alex Hormozi in the middle of working my second job. The second job that I currently am at is at Amazon. Inside of Whole Foods, I am an in-person locker associate. So essentially you come in to pick up packages or return packages that you do not want or need. Now during this shift, I'm doing what I usually would be doing, thinking about how can I create generational wealth while I'm currently earning $16 an hour at this particular job. At a certain point, I look over to the entrance and I see Alex walking in. Now, at first, I'm shook. And not in a sense of scarcity, but in a sense of, wow, this is a real person. In this day and age, literally, most of the content we see online is product of a smartphone. Now, I have seen Alex probably more times than I can count, simply due to the fact that he has an outstanding marketing budget. But when you finally see someone in real life, it gives me the confirmation that the things that I visualize and I hope for myself, it is physically possible in the real world. He was my confirmation of that in that moment. Even then, I still was in disbelief. So what I did was I went straight to the phone and I went to my liked videos on YouTube. I went to my liked videos because I know that at some point in those liked videos, I'll see a piece of content that he made, and which I did automatically. And when I looked at the short and I compared it to the person I just saw, and it's all clicking up, and it's like, oh my God, now you have to act on this. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna initiate a conversation? So before I talk, I literally sit there and ponder for 10 to 15 minutes, hoping that he doesn't leave before I muster up the courage to actually say something. So, like a weirdo, I walk around the store at Whole Foods. I'm not even working at this time. I just want to make sure he's still there so I can talk and create an opportunity. Was I prepared to speak to a multimillionaire? No, of course not. I was not planning on running into somebody of that status while I'm sitting here at work, but that just goes to show anybody watching, always be prepared. You never know what can happen, and especially a person like me, I keep a very optimistic mind at all times. So just be prepared when these moments come, because they can be life-changing. And it was life-changing because Alex made a whole 15-minute plus video for me. So I want to take this moment to say, Alex, thank you so very much for what you did for me. And I know that I asked for like a mentorship or to be able to shadow to work for free, but please just know that what you've done is an investment in itself, and I appreciate it genuinely, and I promise this opportunity will not go to waste. Now, my goal isn't money. Of course, I intend to be a billionaire, but my goal is freedom. Freedom from my family, freedom of my time, freedom from my son's time, freedom from my wife's time, freedom for my family, freedom from my mental capacity to be able to create and perform at a high level to create even more freedom. Okay, I don't want to have to worry about necessities. My goal is to inspire. I want my story to inspire another generation where they see where I start from, where I start right now today with less than $300 right now. Less than $300, okay? But to show you where you can take it throughout my journey of evolution. My goal is freedom. To not have to worry about baby powder. To not worry about filling up my tank. Food. How much eggs fucking cost. How much... I don't want to have to even think about how much something costs, because simply I'm providing enough value to the planet and I'm getting a return from the universe, and that be a form of money to provide for my people. Okay? So I have a huge mind. I would love to be a decillionaire, one with 33 zeros, but it's not about the number metrics per se. It's deep down in my soul about getting our freedom back for my family. This video is already longer than I intended, so with that being said, let's get into what Alex recommended I do to get out of my current situation, okay? First and foremost, I will be implementing the 100 method, meaning I focus on something intensely for 100 minutes for 100 days, whether that's content creation, whether that's studying marketing, studying a skill such as acquiring leads or acquiring email lists, just knowledge, just 100 minutes of pure focus and dedication for an extended amount, not just 100 days, but beyond. Okay, so the first component is cutting cost. So what am I doing to cut the cost, right? So while I was living with my family as a unit, my wife, my son, and I, my bills, expenses all combined together was about $2,500. Now I'm taking the sacrifice. I moved back into my mother's home, rent free. No more rent. Boom, $1,400, that's gone off the top, right? But I'm taking the sacrifice of no longer living with my partner and my son full time. Okay? That's what I'm doing. That's my biggest chunk. That's getting vaporized. Okay? No more rent. Moving back home, taking the shot on the chin, relinquishing my independence as far as my freedom to do certain things. But it's not about having that. It's about suffering right now. It's about suffering and learning from this pain and learning from these emotions that I feel through the hurt of not being able to wake up and see my baby, see my woman, okay? That's the sacrifice. That's how I'm cutting costs. And not only that, no more eating out unless it's, I can fast, but bare minimum eating. If it's not my son's eating, then there won't be any excessive eating. I don't deserve Panda Express. I do not deserve Starbucks. Do not deserve the coffee bean. Fucking coffee, $5 a day comes to about $20 a week, something about that. Close over $100 a month just on coffee. If anything, I'm going to have to invest in to get some K-Pods to where each cup of coffee equates to about 75 cents to less than $1 a cup. That's something I'm willing to do. But besides that, cutting cost, I moved back in with my family, my first family, okay, my mother's home. That's where I'm at, Reddit. That's how I'm cutting cost, okay? And besides that, I don't have any subscriptions. I don't have Netflix. I don't have Hulu. I don't have Disney Plus. It's not time for that right now. That's a luxury. There's no clothes buying. There's no trip going. There's no nothing. There's focused intensity. Focused, Dave Ramsey calls it gazelle intensity. Gazelle intensity is like you're running for your life. Like a lion is after you. But I'm the lion. And this is the sacrifice I'm making for my tribe. Next is going to be work to learn, not just work to earn. And not only work to learn, but do something that eventually can push you forward, help you learn a skill, and help you elevate your skill set. Right now, I work security as my base income, and I do the Amazon, which I met Alex. Okay? Uber. And currently, while I am working these jobs in spare time, finding higher paying, less time consuming, skill building jobs to push me forward. And along all that, content creation full time as I build my personal brand and develop myself to a point where I can put a lot of my time into content creation as I see myself doing this full time eventually as a career. I'm going full time already today. Just to show a quick glimpse though, I'm on the twin bed. There's my whiteboard where I'll see positive thoughts is first thing before I wake up, before I start the day and before I go to bed as well. So this is a sacrifice moving back in with my mother. This is the main thing as far as cutting costs. Rent is gone. Trade up, sell things. Now I have a connection in which I am able to sell pretty high expensive price items for a lower cost, and without that factor, I'll also be expanding my knowledge overall as far as sales and selling bigger things, maybe eventually get to the point where I am selling homes, selling or flipping real estate. Maybe one day we will get to that level. In fact, it is a plan of mine to get to that level. It's just a fact of learning and absorbing knowledge at this current moment. I'm not exactly sure how long this video is going to end up being. I filmed a couple of clips. I didn't intend for it to be too long, but I felt that I had to give a little bit more of the backstory to really get you guys tuned into where we are right now in this moment. And for anyone who wants to support me on this journey, first and foremost, thank you. I appreciate it so very much. Ever since the video was made, I've received so many DMs of support and unconditional love and just kind words and motivation and inspiration. So just thank you guys so much for following me along this journey as I go from rags to riches, or just become a warrior throughout this process, just my evolution. Thank you guys so much. And Alex, thank you as well so very much for what you did for me. It's not taken for granted whatsoever. I cherish this video. I'm going to watch it every single day until I get out of my mother's house. I don't plan on being here for more than a year, 6 months to a year. We'll see what the finances look like as we grow and we elevate. But I mean, that's all I have for this video. This is day one of becoming a millionaire. So thank you guys again for watching. My name is Joe Vontae. I do like Vontae, but whatever you guys like. I mean, I'm a people person, so whatever you guys want to call me.